We need to put any leadership in this county on notice and the irresponsibility of our leadership in this county promoting this kind of stuff and saying it's okay. If we really want to help people that are having these issues, we need to be honest and we need to tell the truth.
Nationally, right now, the National Report Card came out, and it's very clear that America is in crisis with public education. 1/3, actually, of American fourth graders reading on grade level. If you zero in on Georgia just a little bit more, it looks even more dismal. And to divide people by race and say that's the problem, it's the color of their skin, it's racism by people with a different color skin, that's why Black students aren't reading, that is a false statement, and it is an excuse for education failure.
Anti-Blackness impacts each and every one of us in this room. And there's no one who is living and breathing in the United States of America who can tell me, if you're swimming in these waters of white supremacy, that you too are not impacted.
We need to find some candidates because she needs to be primaried. That's what needs to happen. Last statement in that video, we're swimming in a sea of white supremacy. What is that supposed to mean? Does that mean that every other person is racist? I think it's a overt mischaracterization of the county that we live in. As far as the trafficking, what's the very youngest that you saw?
I've seen probably about 11 years old. There's no city in Georgia, no county in Georgia that has not had trafficking. Don't make the phone a babysitter.
I mean, our founding fathers pledged their lives, their fortunes, and sacred honor to bring this country into existence. And now we can't get people to put down a 12-pack and stop watching TV for 10 minutes to right the ship. And we're at a point where people need to right the ship.
If you feel like you deserve a pay raise, the people should absolutely have a say in it, since they're the ones that are paying that salary. And you mentioned this earlier yourself, Antonio, the spending budget's going to go off a cliff. And I think it has already went over that cliff. I went to a town hall 2 weeks ago at Sewanee City Hall, and they were giving a public safety update where they shared in the calendar year of 2023 that we hired 105 uniformed police officers, which sounds like a great number for a 12-month span. But they later shared that they lost 107 officers in the same period of time. And I think about the infrastructure we have now, the streets, the schools, the homes, it's equipped to handle just that alone. So when you put triplexes and duplexes and apartments, that's going to overwhelm the schools, the traffic, and then more importantly, to your earlier point, it's going to increase the tax burden on the actual property, the homeowners.
Yeah, we have a big choice to make that's coming up this November. We're going to side with law and order, or we're going to side with chaos and depravity. It's that simple. There's no other way to put it. And we need people that are going to go into office that's willing to stand up like Matt Gaetz did in Congress. And he was criticized and ridiculed for doing that, like Senator Colton Moore is doing. We need people in office that are going to be willing to not be invited to the party, that's going to be looked at as a crank for what they know is right and what they believe in. We're either going to have a civil society or we're not. That is what is on the ballot.
War Room, Gwinnett County, the people's voice, keeping you informed. War Room, Gwinnett County, the people's voice.